Another week, another weekly reset. This is the weekly reset where we go over Nightwave, Teshin, and all that jazz for the week. So without further ado, let's get to it. We're going to start at the beginning, and in this week's case, that is Nightwave. So we have played 3 different Sedgwick songs in the series. I actually am pretty terrible at playing this instrument, this Warframe specific instrument, so yeah. Collect 10 foam or frost residue in the Cambodian drift, simple enough. Finish a capture mission in less than 90 seconds. There's no way I'm doing that. I get lost in video games every chance I can. Okay. Complete an arbitration mission. Easy enough. Kill 30 Xmas. Complete 15 missions. And kill 500 enemies. You should be able to do D3 just by playing the game naturally. And then, of course, we have, I recommend this mostly because of the days of old. People used to love having this. I don't think it really as used as much as it used to be, but it used to be like the staple. It was like everyone put your cursor projection on, so on and so forth. But now I don't know how many people actually care these days. I'm hovering over them so you guys can get an idea of seeing them. And then if we go here, we will see that we have alternate helmets, alternate skins, and what have you. Maybe a few emblems and sigils thrown in. Well, maybe not a sigil this week, but we do have a scroll for K-Drive. So that's cool. That's cool. And then these are fully built Archon catalyst and Archon reactors. Okay, so fully built potatoes. It's not just a blueprint, so you don't gotta worry about that. And then, of course, these are the decorations that you can pick up if you so wish. Now, of course, let's see what hologram Teshin has to offer, shall we? And hologram Teshin has a kick on ribbon mod to offer. Okay, I guess. It's what it is, right? You pay 75 steel essence. You too can have your very own kick gun ribbon mod. Yay! But yeah, that's what he had for the week. Of course, we have the circuit, which you can choose between Nidus, Octavia, and Hero. You'll probably bet it's going with Hero because one of his parts dropped from a spy mission, and that spy mission can be annoying if you guys do it multiple times. And then, of course, we have Octavia and Nidus. Nidus is also a valid option. Octavia is probably the most annoying. I was going to say annoying, but not really per se. It depends if you know where to look. Octavia's parts are kind of like in guaranteed locations per se, but it's one of those, if you know where they are, then they're easy, but if you have no clue where they are and no way to check where they are, then it's kind of annoying. So yeah, it's one of those situations. And then if we come over to the steel path, if you have all of these adapters, you can come over here and choose some items here as you wish. I like to pick items just in case I want to do them in the future, so it's available for me to do anytime I want. I can just begin the mission, bada bing, bada boom. Archon Hunt. This is the Archon that you will face this particular week. The reward is This Archon chart, that percentage is the percentage that it will be a Talford variant. Talford variants are a little rarer and a little more powerful than the base variant, but you will at the very least get a base variant if you complete all 3 parts of the Archon Hunt for the week, which this week are mobile defense, and showdown. Showdown is basically an assassination where you fight off against the Archon themselves. Descendia. Now I'm going to hover over the rewards as I talk about Descendia. Descendia is your basic climb the tower type thing. But instead of a game, it's a game mode. And instead of climbing the tower, you're descending to the bottom of the tower. You'll get rewards for doing them regularly. I believe it's every 2 floors you'll get rewards, but plus the boss, of course. The 21 floors in total. You'll get checkpoints every 7 floors, though. So you don't have to do it all in one go. But wait, there's more. There's a Steel Path version of Descendia, which has different rewards, as you're seeing here. Now, checkpoints between normal mode and Steel Path mode are not, I repeat, are not interchangeable, but just like the normal mode, there's a checkpoint every 7, so you don't necessarily have to do it all in one go if you do not wish. And don't worry, it is public matchmaking, so you don't have to worry about that. Now that we're at the Sanctum, let's check out but 3's wares, particularly the shiny treasure. As you can see, there's a cheeky little Archon shutter. It's not always going to be this color. It just happened to match up with the Archon Hunt this week, but it's not always. It rotates between the main 3 Archon charts. It's one per customer per week. You will need to spend 30,000 standing, as well as beat max rank with this particular syndicate. But wait, there's more. If you so wish to, you can go to Necroloid and visit the wonderful world of Deep Archimedea, where you can do the individual parameters. You can also do these to make life a little bit harder for yourself, but you know what they say, higher risk, higher reward. But if reward from Deep Archimedea isn't enough for you, you can come over to the universe where it's 1999 all day, every day. Talk to Kaya, and Kaya will introduce you to the wonderful world of Temporal Archimedea, which has individual parameters, has the whole high risk, high reward thing going on, and everything. The only difference is that stickers, and these are 1999 based missions. But yeah, have a blast. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.